Captain Ryan had been to many worlds in his years as an interstellar explorer, but nothing prepared him for the soft glow that filled the Aurora Spa. Nestled on the outskirts of the Andromeda cluster, the station was famous among travelers for its healing waters and the mysterious experiences it offered. Rumors whispered across the galaxy that the Aurora Spa was unlike any human facility, where the very air seemed to carry calm and energy. Today, Ryan would find out what that really meant. He stepped through the entrance, and the smell of warm minerals and exotic herbs immediately hit him. The architecture itself felt alive. The walls shimmered faintly, reflecting the soft light of floating crystals that hovered like tiny moons. Pools of water floated in the air, defying gravity, their surfaces glowing with a gentle bioluminescence. Mist curled around the room in slow, hypnotic patterns. Ryan had seen luxury before, but this felt magical. As he moved further inside, he noticed them. A group of alien women were gathered near a large, glowing pool. Their skin shimmered with subtle patterns, and their hair floated as if it were weightless. They moved gracefully, speaking in soft, melodic sounds that Ryan could not understand. But there was no danger in their eyes, only calm curiosity. He hesitated for a moment. Approaching aliens in a personal space like a sauna could be risky, yet something about the environment felt safe. The aliens were clearly relaxed and welcoming in their own way. Mustering his courage, Ryan stepped closer, trying to make himself seem smaller, less threatening. One of the alien women tilted her head toward him. There was a flash of light from her eyes, and Ryan suddenly felt a gentle warmth in his mind. Telepathy. He realized slowly that the aliens could communicate without words. The voice in his head was soft, melodic, and strangely comforting. "Welcome, human. You are curious. That is good." Ryan smiled, unsure if he should reply aloud or simply think back. He decided on thought. "I have heard about your spa. I wanted to see it for myself." Curious and brave, the voice replied. "You may join. Respect our ways and the experience will teach you." Ryan nodded and carefully approached the pool. The water was warm, and as he lowered himself in, he felt a sense of calm wash over him. The mist swirled around him, carrying scents of distant oceans and alien flowers. The alien women watched him, some smiling, some simply observing, and Ryan felt oddly honored. After a few minutes, one of the women raised a hand and a small device floated toward him. It was shaped like a delicate crystal, glowing softly. As it hovered near his chest, Ryan felt the mist respond, swirling faster, changing colors from soft blue to a warm amber. He reached out and touched the crystal. The moment he did, the mist thickened and surrounded him completely. Suddenly, he was no longer in the sauna, or at least, it didn't feel like it. He could see faint images forming in the mist, floating cities on oceans, forests that glowed at night, creatures of all shapes moving gracefully. The images were like memories, stories, and experiences of the aliens themselves. He realized the sauna wasn't just for relaxation, it was a window into their world. The aliens began to move around him in a slow, deliberate dance. Their movements weren't random. Each gesture seemed to shape the mist, forming new images, guiding him through their history. Ryan tried to mimic them, copying the gentle arcs of their arms and the graceful steps they took. At first, he stumbled, feeling awkward. But the aliens were patient, guiding him without words, teaching him the rhythm of their culture. As he learned, Ryan felt more connected to them than he had with any other alien species. Their society wasn't built on dominance or conquest, but on harmony, understanding, and respect for life. He could feel it in the way the mist responded, in the way the water seemed to cradle him, in the gentle warmth in his mind from the telepathy. Time seemed to stretch and fold. Minutes felt like hours. Ryan lost track of the world outside the spa. In this moment, all that mattered was the connection, the learning, and the strange, beautiful magic of the place. Then, a sudden ripple ran through the water, and the crystal in his hand pulsed brightly. The images in the mist shifted, showing something new, something unexpected. A hidden pathway beneath the pool appeared, glowing faintly. The alien women gestured toward it with excitement. Follow, their thoughts suggested. But be careful. Ryan's heart raced. He had no idea what lay ahead, but he trusted the aliens. He carefully moved toward the glowing path, feeling the water adjust to his presence, lifting him gently. The mist parted, and he could see steps leading down into a hidden chamber beneath the sauna. It was unlike anything he had ever imagined. Smooth walls that glowed softly, intricate patterns moving across the surfaces like flowing water, and a quiet hum that vibrated through his very bones. One of the alien women floated beside him, touching his shoulder gently. A soft thought entered his mind. This is part of our story. Not all humans are invited here. You are special. Ryan swallowed hard. Special. The word made his chest tighten, but in a good way. He had faced danger, explored worlds, and survived the unknown, but this was different. This was recognition, respect, a chance to see a culture in its purest form, without interference, without judgment. He took a deep breath and stepped into the chamber. The mist followed him, shimmering with anticipation. The images in the mist became clearer, visions of their ancestors, of festivals celebrating life, of peaceful exchanges with other species, and even of humans who had visited long ago. It was a memory of generations, preserved in this sacred space, shared now with him. Ryan realized then that this sauna was more than a spa. It was a bridge between species, a place where humans and aliens could connect through shared experience, empathy, and trust. It was a reminder that even in a galaxy filled with conflict and uncertainty, understanding and harmony were possible. As the chamber settled into quiet glow, the alien women gathered around him, their expressions warm and welcoming. Ryan knew this was only the beginning. There was more to learn, more to see, and more ways to connect, and somehow he felt certain that this adventure would change him forever. He looked around, heart pounding, and whispered, "I'm ready." The aliens' thoughts answered in unison, calm and melodic. "Then come. Watch. Learn, your journey has only begun." And with that, Ryan stepped deeper into the chamber, unaware of the secrets, challenges, and revelations that awaited him, but feeling a connection he had never known before. For the first time, he understood that being human meant more than strength or courage. It meant curiosity, adaptability, and the ability to learn from others, even from worlds far beyond his own. The glow of the sauna, the swirling mist, and the alien women around him promised a future filled with discovery, friendship, and the extraordinary beauty of connection across the stars. Ryan had never felt so alive. The chamber beneath the sauna glowed with a soft, pulsating light, illuminating the floating patterns along the walls. Each pattern seemed alive, moving like a gentle stream, weaving stories and memories into the air itself. The alien women guided him through the space with calm, deliberate movements, their thoughts flowing into his mind like a gentle river. "You are learning," one thought reached him, melodic and clear. "The mist responds to your curiosity. Do not fear it. Let it teach you." Ryan nodded, though the words were only in his mind. He could feel the mist's energy, subtle vibrations running through his body, awakening senses he didn't know he had. Each step he took made the patterns shift and respond, almost as if the chamber itself were alive, testing him, guiding him. He had begun to understand that this experience wasn't just about observing, it was about participation. The alien women didn't simply welcome him, they included him. They encouraged him to move, to mimic, to interact. At first, his attempts were clumsy. His human limbs were too rigid, his timing off, and the patterns of the mist seemed to laugh in subtle flickers. But the women did not mock. They guided him patiently, their thoughts radiating encouragement and warmth. As he moved, he noticed something extraordinary. When he made the slightest correct gesture, a ripple of light spread across the mist, revealing images of alien life. He saw cities built on floating platforms, rivers of glowing liquid weaving through vast crystal forests, creatures that moved like liquid silver, and gatherings of alien families celebrating under the light of twin moons. The mist allowed him to experience the world through their memories, and for the first time, Ryan felt the depth of their civilization, not just as observers but as participants. The alien women gathered around him, and one reached out a hand. It was a gesture of invitation. The mist thickened, surrounding him completely, and suddenly he was no longer aware of the chamber's boundaries. He felt as if he were walking through their memories directly, feeling the rush of air from their cities, the warmth of their festivals, and the joy of their communal gatherings. It was overwhelming at first. The sensations, the emotions, and the sights were more vivid than anything he had ever experienced. Then, the mist changed. It shifted from memories of celebration to challenges. Ryan found himself in a vision of a vast maze, shimmering with light and shadow. The alien women's thoughts entered his mind again. This is a test. Balance, observation, and understanding are required. Proceed carefully. Ryan's pulse quickened. He stepped forward, guided by instinct and the subtle cues from the mist. At first, the maze seemed impossible, its walls shifting with every step, paths disappearing as he approached. But he remembered what the alien women had taught him: curiosity, patience, and empathy. He slowed his movements, observing the patterns rather than forcing his way through. Slowly, paths began to stabilize. The maze was responding to him, recognizing his thoughtfulness, his willingness to adapt, and his respect for the challenge. He reached the center of the maze and found a small pool of water, glowing softly like the ones in the sauna above. From its surface, a holographic projection emerged, showing a vision of a single alien woman standing alone in a quiet garden. Her face radiated serenity, and Ryan could sense her thoughts even without direct communication. All life is connected. Understanding requires presence, not dominance. Ryan realized then that this challenge wasn't about physical skill or speed. It was about empathy and understanding, the core values that had allowed humans to survive across countless worlds. He understood why the aliens respected curiosity. They saw it as the first step toward connection and harmony. The mist shifted again, bringing him back to the chamber beneath the sauna. The alien women smiled at him, though not with their mouths, their expressions conveyed through thought and subtle movement. Ryan felt a sense of pride. He had completed the test, not through force, but through observation, patience, and respect. Then, a new sensation took over. The mist formed into shapes that resembled floating instruments, glowing softly. The alien women demonstrated movements with their hands, and Ryan followed, imitating them as best he could. As he moved, each gesture created ripples in the mist, harmonizing with the light and sound in a symphony of colors. He realized this was another form of communication, a dance that shared emotion, history, and culture without a single spoken word. Hours seemed to pass, yet Ryan lost track of time entirely. He was immersed in the rhythm, in the subtle connection with beings so different from himself, yet strangely familiar. He discovered that humans, with their adaptability and curiosity, could bridge worlds in ways other species sometimes could not. Every gesture, every thought, every interaction built a connection deeper than language alone. Finally, the mist began to settle, returning to its original gentle glow. The alien women gestured toward another glowing pathway, deeper and narrower than before. Ryan hesitated. He could feel the energy here was stronger, more intense. This is a place few humans reach, the thoughts conveyed, but you may continue if you wish. He swallowed hard, excitement mixing with nervousness. The chamber was unlike any place he had ever seen, a living repository of alien knowledge, experience, and emotion. He wanted to continue. He wanted to learn everything he could. And so, with careful steps, he followed the glowing path. The new corridor led to a smaller chamber, circular and smooth, with a pool of water that seemed to float mid-air. The alien women gestured for him to approach. He stepped closer, noticing that the water's surface reflected not his own image but scenes from his life, memories he had long forgotten, moments of courage, curiosity, and empathy that defined him as human. The women's thoughts entered his mind again. You carry your world with you. It shapes how you see others. This is your strength. Ryan realized they were teaching him a deeper lesson. Being human was not just about survival or curiosity or ingenuity. It was about carrying one's experiences, emotions, and understanding into every interaction, and using them to build bridges across differences. The alien women had chosen to share this with him because they saw his potential, his willingness to connect, and his capacity to learn. Then, the water in the pool shimmered, projecting an image of a crystal structure at the bottom of the chamber. Ryan stepped closer, and the mist seemed to pull him downward, guiding him toward it. He touched the crystal lightly, and a surge of energy ran through him. Images flashed in his mind: ancient civilizations, peaceful exchanges across the galaxy, and humans interacting with countless worlds in moments of curiosity and bravery. He realized that the crystal was a repository of knowledge, a memory of the galaxy's past interactions. The alien women species had preserved it carefully, only allowing those who demonstrated respect, understanding, and adaptability to access it. And now, Ryan was part of that chain. Hours passed in a way that felt like minutes. Ryan finally stepped back, feeling exhausted but exhilarated. The alien women gathered around him, their thoughts calm and melodic. You have learned. You have connected. You are ready for the next stage. Ryan smiled, feeling a deep sense of pride and belonging. He had come to the spa expecting relaxation, but he had found something far more profound. A connection that transcended species, a test of understanding, and the discovery that humans could truly bridge worlds through curiosity and empathy. As he left the hidden chamber, the glowing mist followed him back into the main sauna area. The water and air returned to their familiar warm, gentle patterns, yet Ryan felt forever changed. The alien women nodded, silently acknowledging his growth. He had begun to understand the beauty of their world, their values, and their way of life. And in that moment, Ryan knew that his journey had only just begun. There were more secrets to uncover, more challenges to face, and more lessons to learn. But he felt ready, confident in the knowledge that humanity, with its curiosity, empathy, and resilience, had a unique place in the galaxy. The Aurora Spa was no longer just a destination. It was a beginning, a gateway to understanding, and a testament to the extraordinary potential of humans when they approach the unknown with respect, patience, and a willingness to learn. Ryan looked at the alien women one last time before stepping back toward the floating corridors, feeling their calm energy guiding him forward. He knew he would return, ready to explore further, to connect deeper, and to embrace the extraordinary adventures that awaited him among the stars. Ryan stepped carefully along the glowing corridors of the Aurora Spa, his mind still buzzing from the experiences in the hidden chamber. Every step he took was accompanied by a soft hum, a rhythm of energy that seemed to guide him forward. The alien women moved gracefully beside him, their presence calm but powerful, like guardians of something extraordinary. The corridor opened into a vast dome, larger than anything Ryan had imagined. Light streamed from above in beams of shifting colors, reflecting off pools of water that floated mid-air. The walls were covered in intricate patterns, moving slowly as if alive. In the center of the dome, a large crystal hovered, radiating a soft, steady glow. This was clearly the heart of the spa, a place of knowledge, history, and energy. One of the alien women floated forward and projected a thought into his mind. This is the core. Few humans have reached it. Here, you will see what connects all life in the galaxy. Ryan approached cautiously. As he neared the crystal, visions began to form in the air around him. He saw planets filled with life, civilizations rising and falling, and the delicate threads that connected species across space. He understood that the crystal was more than a repository. It was a living record of harmony, conflict, and growth. It showed the possibilities of cooperation and understanding. The alien women gestured for him to place his hand on the crystal. As he did, a warmth spread through his body. Thoughts, memories, and visions flowed into him, not overwhelming but guiding. He saw humans exploring distant planets, learning from alien species, building friendships and alliances. He realized that humans had always been curious, adaptable, and resilient, and that these qualities were exactly why the aliens valued them. A vision shifted, showing him a group of alien women and humans working together to solve a challenge. Strange creatures had blocked a trade route, threatening both species. The humans used creativity and courage, while the aliens used wisdom and intuition. Together they overcame the challenge, learning from one another. Ryan understood then that this was what the sauna, the mist, and the crystal had been preparing him for. The understanding that collaboration, empathy, and curiosity could achieve more than force or fear ever could. The alien women's thoughts entered his mind again. You see now why we share this space. You are human, but you carry the potential to connect worlds. You have the heart and mind to understand us, and we trust you to carry this knowledge forward. Ryan felt a deep sense of responsibility. He had come to the Aurora Spa seeking relaxation and adventure, but he had found something far more important. A glimpse of what humanity could achieve when it embraced connection, respect, and understanding. Then the crystal pulsed brighter and a pathway opened beneath it. Ryan hesitated, feeling a mixture of excitement and nervousness. The alien women encouraged him silently, their thoughts filled with reassurance. He stepped forward and found himself descending into a chamber filled with holographic projections. Each projection showed different worlds, different species, and moments of cooperation that had shaped the galaxy. As he explored, Ryan noticed that some projections were incomplete. Certain threads were missing, places where misunderstandings or lack of cooperation had caused harm. He realized that humans, with their curiosity and ingenuity, could help fill these gaps. The alien women were not just sharing their history, they were inviting him to participate in shaping the future. One projection showed a human and an alien working together to create a device that could purify a planet's atmosphere. Ryan studied the design, feeling inspired by their creativity. He understood that humans had the ability to innovate in ways that could complement alien knowledge. The sauna, the mist, and the crystal had not only taught him about the aliens, they had shown him what humans could contribute to the galaxy. Hours passed as he wandered through the projections, learning, observing, and understanding. The alien women occasionally guided him, showing him how to interact with the holograms and read the subtle messages they contained. Every moment reinforced a single truth. Humans, when curious, empathetic, and willing to learn, could achieve incredible things. Eventually, Ryan returned to the heart of the dome. The alien women gathered around him, their expressions conveying calm satisfaction. One projected a thought into his mind. You have learned what we hoped you would. You see now the strength of connection and the power of understanding. Ryan nodded, though the gesture was more for himself than for them. He felt a profound sense of growth, not just in knowledge, but in his ability to connect, understand, and contribute. The Aurora Spa had challenged him, guided him, and now honored him. As he prepared to leave the dome, one of the alien women touched his shoulder. A vision appeared in the mist, a human explorer standing beside alien allies, facing challenges together, sharing discoveries, and building bridges across worlds. Ryan realized this was his path. Humanity had the ability to connect galaxies, to learn from others, and to teach in return. The Aurora Spa had shown him the beginning of that journey. He stepped back into the corridor, following the glowing path that led to the main sauna area. The floating pools shimmered softly, the mist curling gently around him, and the alien women smiled with calm approval. Ryan felt gratitude, respect, and excitement. He had come seeking adventure and relaxation, but he was leaving with wisdom, purpose, and a vision of what humans could achieve in the galaxy. Before departing, Ryan turned to the alien women and projected a thought of his own. "Thank you. I will carry this knowledge forward. I will remember what I have learned here." Their response was warm, melodic, and filled with calm assurance. "Go forward, human. Teach what you have seen. Show the galaxy the strength of understanding, empathy, and curiosity." He left the Aurora Spa, stepping into the corridors of the space station above. The experience had changed him in ways he could not yet fully describe. The sauna had been more than relaxation. It had been a journey, a test, and a revelation. Ryan now carried with him the understanding that humans could bridge cultures, species, and worlds through respect, curiosity, and cooperation. As he prepared to board his ship and continue his exploration, he looked back at the glowing towers of the Aurora Spa. The alien women waved, though not with hands, through thought, through energy, through connection. Ryan smiled, feeling that same calm energy they had shared with him throughout his journey. He knew he would return. There were more lessons to learn, more worlds to understand, and more bridges to build. Humanity had the potential to touch the stars not through conquest or dominance, but through connection, creativity, and empathy. The Aurora Spa had shown him that, and he would carry it with him wherever he went. With a final glance at the glowing corridors and floating pools, Ryan boarded his ship. The engines hummed, lifting him smoothly into the vast expanse of space. As the stars stretched out before him, he thought of the alien women, the mist, the crystal, and the visions. And he felt a deep, unshakable certainty. Humans had a place among the stars, not just as travelers but as learners, collaborators, and creators of extraordinary connections. The galaxy awaited, and Captain Ryan was ready.